Hi there and welcome back to Shadowrun Returns. I'm Byron, this is still the Dead Man's Switch, and Caprice is playing janitor trying to get her hands on the Aegis project. I have to say at this point it's not looking good. I don't know how it happened. Nonetheless, our records show this terminal was left unsecured in direct contravention of Telestrian corporate policy. You failed in your duty. I know it's duty above all for you security types, but I am the victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Silverside gets his next promotion, that will become a value for your data pushes as well. Right now it seems your value is clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go anywhere, I need to make my report to Eric. Oops, yeah, this terminal was unsecured, I remember. The wage slave is on the edge. He is staring vacantly at his terminal with his hands to his face and his fingers twitching nervously. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Looks like you're in some real trouble, chummer. Buzz, unless you can clean up a shattered career, leave me alone. I came across some items that might help you out. Did I? He shakes his head. I doubt it. You know the guy who said life isn't fair? He was talking about me. Hey, me too. I used to be in accounting a few floors up. A few too many drinks at the Christmas party and look at me now. I mean, I didn't want this to happen. I mean, hell, who would? Security is bullying you, but I could make it look like your terminal was tampered with and no one would be the wiser. You're right. There's no reason I should let security push me around. Just do it, quick. Okay. You place the cables and data chips around the terminal's casing. Oh, that's what I picked the LAN parts up for. Thanks so much, I won't forget this when your review comes up. Hey, no problem sir, just glad I could help. Would you mind clearing out there for a while? There's a lot to do. You best just remember to keep this just between us. Sure, Mr. Elf, whatever. Just beat it. So I can place a few chips in here. Well, more karma. What now? We completed our objective. We still have to find the Aegis sample and don't blow our cover. So that worked kinda nicely. Can we do anything else here? Now we take the chips away again, huh? No. The LAN parts, that would be amazing. Screw you, it didn't help you at all. You didn't clean one bit, my love. There's nothing to be had, actually. What am I supposed to do? Go back up? Oh, maybe I have to talk to you? What can I do for you? I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. Top floor may only be accessed with the expressed authorization of Eric Silverstone, our VP of Security. You can head to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Hey, I found all these chips on some of the metric switch boxes. Is that important? The guard thinks for a moment and activates his comlink. He turns his back on you as has a brief conversation. He turns back to you. Mr. Silverstone wants to see you in his office immediately. Well, that worked nicely. Let's go. Collecting the sample. The brutish dog-eat-dog existence of a slum dweller is a far cry from the quiet aspiration and the existential nothingness of a corporate wage slave. Yet after your time at Telestrian Industries, it's unclear which is more bleak. The elevator rises smoothly, its blenderized music assaulting you once again as you ascend to the executive floor and your goal. Well, I guess we know this area. We've been here. So there's somewhere we could go. Okay, that's the destination. Let's go here first. Hi, honey. What's up? Hey, this is a restricted area. No shit. I'm the janitor. I can go wherever I please. You can't go in there. Why not? Yeah, I've been here already, okay. Been standing on a ley line here. Apparently the ley line is no longer here. What's that? And what's that? I don't know. No way, that's not. That's apparently wrong. Hold on. I didn't talk to the big guy. Oh, that was McCluskey, not Telestrian. There's nothing else here, right? Apparently not. Is there another door? No, you can just send a drone in here. I don't want to do that. Anything that can be done here? I don't think so. So I came from here. Let's check that. There's another door here. Hi. Eric Silverstar. Oh yeah, not Mr. Telestrian. Eric Silverstar. There you are. It seems that some of my best are letting me down, and it's good to see that you are displaying one of the most important of my 3 key values. Well, it's duty above all, right? He laughs. Well, yes, that is the first value, and I'm glad more than those outside of security follow it, and from a janitor no less. No, I am speaking of my 3rd and final value of vigilance, which seems to be sorely lacking around here. Thank you, sir. Well, rewards and punishments must given where required. Now please start filling out the report on the datapad, and I'm afraid I must ask you not to sit in my chair, given your attire. I need to go head downstairs and investigate your findings. I'll be right back. Okay. What now? Your comlink ring begins to ring. You pick up. So these paintings must be what all those expensive deliveries were. We don't have much time. I'm tracking Silverstar and he's already stepping off the elevator. I don't think your disguise will hold up much longer. I'll update you on his movement. Hurry, mon ami. So, what's this? This shows a profile of 3 elves in Telestrian secured uniforms, looking upwards at a flag flying with the Telestrian logo, the plague rat's duty. Push the frame. Depicted is a clock tower at a train station in downtown Portland in the tier. The plaque reads, "Efficiency. Push the flame." He has a few guards, a tech worker and very nervous wage slave gathered in the boardroom and is beginning to question them. This is a photorealistic painting of 5 massive harvester and Telestrian colors in a staggered formation, cutting a swath across a rippling field of wheat. The plaque reads, "Unity. Leave it alone." This painting shows a wild mountain landscape with clouds ringing lofty peaks. The plaque reads, "Independence. Leave it alone." What's that? Fucker. I want this. There's an open bottle of expensive scotch and a single glass that appears to be half empty and half smoked cigar. Fine. Move it. The painting is a small lighthouse in intense storm at night, perched on a rocky outcropping. Its light stabs out into the darkness. The plague reaches vigilance. But that's the third one, if I remember correctly. Push the frame. Yeah, oh, now what? Oh wait, what's that? There's a safe that has a large DNA scanner on the front, most likely key to Mr. Silverstar. Wait, wasn't he just smoking a cigar? Pick up the half-smoked cigar. Put the moist end of the cigar on the DNA scanner. With a click and faint hiss of escaping air, the safe opens. Take the sample. Great work, mon ami. The time for stealth is past. It has set off every alarm in the system, but I have unlocked the executive elevator and your path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. I guess that's where we will meet Detective McCluskey now. I guess that's a spoiler. Okay. So far our cover hasn't been blown. But it's just a matter of seconds because McCluskey knows Caprice. And we know that Detective McCluskey is on the take and gets money from Telestrian Industries. This is not going to end well. Detective McCluskey stands smirking, surrounded by armed and twitchy Lone Star officers. Good morning, moron. Good morning, Detective McCluskey. It's a fine day for police corruption, isn't it? The smirk broadens. That's right, dummy. Keep flapping your jaw. That sort of thing will be perfect for where you're going. Mr. Telestrian wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. You can come along quietly or you can meet him in a body bag. He smiles wolfishly. Come on, drag for brains, make the wrong choice. I am going, but one day you and I are gonna go round and round, McCluskey. I'm counting it, asshat. I'm counting on it, asshat. You don't stand a chance, McCluskey. She's gonna grill you. The estate. From the floor of the Lone Star cruiser, you watch the tops of the downtown corridor's office building disappears, replaced by the grey overcast of the I-90 bridge. The nylon restraints binding your wrists and ankles, along with McCluskey's whistling to the radio, make for an unpleasant ride. And half hour later the cruiser hits a whisper-smooth patch of road and a magnificent mansion fills your view. Its design a blend of old world, finery and elvish grace. The car pulls to an abrupt halt and you are dragged onto the driveway where McCluskey pulls a nasty-looking knife and cuts your buns. You look up to see you're surrounded by a squad of green-clad ghosts, special forces troops from Tier Tanga, massaging the feeling back into your numb extremities. You prepare to meet the man himself, James Telestrian III. So, I guess that's him. Who do we talk first? Mr. Quoth and McCluskey. No, it's not James Telestrian III. What do you have to say? McCluskey smirks. Want some advice, Moran? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner and you live by your own rules, don't you? I suggest you keep your smart-ass remarks to yourself this time, dwarf. Mr. Telestrian isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Teangaya and one of the richest men in Seattle. And he holds your leash, right, McCluskey? You're his lapdog? His eyes say, I'd love to kill you now, but his mouth continues to smirk. I got one of the richest and most powerful men in the Pacific Northwest taking care of me, dumpers. What do you got? Free will. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat. I'll dispose of your body later. A tall, fussy elf with the air of a Victorian butler studies you from far above your diminutive height before he speaks. He doesn't like what he sees. Mr. Telestrian is expecting you. You will find him in his office. This is an extra... Yeah, well, we shall do this. This is an extraordinary estate. May I look around before I see him? You may wait here for a few moments to gather yourself before you enter Mr. Telestrian's office. Some people find that they need time to prepare themselves before meeting an elf of his stature. However, the upstairs is off limit to you and the library is occupied at the moment. Do not tarry though. Mr. Telestrian is not one to be kept waiting long. I just want to go look around. Maybe we can grab a few things. Where do I have to go? I don't know. There is Algernon, my friend. Long time no see. There's a twinkle in Algernon's eye that wasn't there when you spoke at the Seamstresses Union. It's good to see you again. There's much to do. You run in some pretty different circles, don't you, Algernon? I don't run at all, Caprice. I go where I'm needed. I'm needed here. Seek me out after you have spoken to James Telestrian. Perhaps I can be of service again. So, well, we could go up here, apparently. Or maybe not. No, he said upstairs was off limits, and hey, that's a nice dragon you have there. So, well, I guess there's not much we can do. Except walk through that door here. And meet James Telestrian III. Hey, wait a second. I did get the age sample. What does it look like? Telestrian pending patent applications. There are several pulses of information on cutting-edge Telestrian innovations, and the fixer would pay good million for data this hot. How's that supposed to help me kill a bug? As you approach, James Telestrian III looks up from the computer screen built into the surface of his desk and assesses you, calculating and cold. A practiced smile comes to his face. He vibes the kind of rich you don't get from Trivet. It's not the clothing or the tappings on the bow before your betters mention. It's something else, the feeling that you're being categorized as a resource or a liability or a pawn. I've been reviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my vice president of security his job. In 24 hours you have accumulated quite a bill with me, ma'am. How do you intend to settle your debt? You already confiscated the container I took. I have no other bargaining chips. First, some introduction. You do not begin a negotiation by admitting that you have nothing with which to negotiate. However, you were considering your tactical situation. That tells me you are more than a mere street thug. Allow me to instruct you further. You have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in the little time you have left to live. Why you took what you took. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security teams up to my private office to access the Matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. Haha, that's a juicy piece of info here. Oh, I could tell him about it there. Nah, I want to see how he reacts to that. It goes like this. Your half-brother Sam Watts hired me to find his own killer. He had a dead man switch. When I find the killer, I get paid. You impress me, ma'am. My father's bastards are intentionally not well known even to themselves. Nevertheless, I fail to see the connection between the Sam Watts' death and a raid on one of my office buildings. There's no connection between the research project and the dead man that I'm aware of. Here comes the fun part. Sam was killed by your half-sister Jessica. Jessica is protected by giant bugs. Aegis kills giant bugs. Kill the bugs, kill Jessica, get paid. I find your bluntness somehow refreshing. He touches a button on the desk. Mr. Quarth, please ask my daughter to join us. I guess that's Marie-Louise. Exactly. The young pretty elf has dark circles under her eyes and a haunting expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. It's you! You're the woman who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get here? Telestrian cuts in quickly. Thank you, Marie-Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and given me reason to forgive her for her trespasses against me. She looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you got out okay, Marie-Louise. I'm not okay. I can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream and that I'll wake up there and still be there with bugs. You can relax, Marie-Louise. You are safe. It is over. No, it won't be over until they're dead. She shudders. You didn't see them. You don't understand. You and those men you flew in there, all you do is talk. It's just like you form a committee, Father. I knew that someone had to take action. That's why I got Hakim involved. That's probably Baron Samedi. The already cold exterior of James Telestrian III turns to ice. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Aegis to this woman. We will speak of it later, in private. Now then, Caprice, there are people I wish you to meet. The committee my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for a woman of the street such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We will adjourn to the library. I would be delighted. I don't know if that is sarcasm or not. Just behave. I knew I would get you with this one. There's a weight in Telestrian Library, a sense of magnitude and purpose. You are no longer in the presence of mere wealth. You are in the presence of history. What do we have? James Telestrian? Don't know who those guys are. Well, that's really sad. I mean, we had the Great Dodger with us on a run and we couldn't interact with him. He didn't say anything funny. That was a waste, really. When you have Dodger in your party and you can't interact with him, that's just sad. Anyway, moving on. Lady and gentlemen, this is Caprice. She is the dwarf who saved my daughter and the only one who has faced our common enemy in combat. Herr Brackhaus. What does the representative of the great dragon Lofra has to tell us about the magical insect this Shadowrunner uncovered? Brackhaus speaks slowly with a deep, melodious German accent. He takes his time accentuating each word relishing each vowel and each consonant, tasting them as if they were a delicacy. My lord Lothier has witnessed the insect spirit's physical manifestations before, roughly 9,000 years ago. As you are aware, magic ebbs and flows from the earth, cycling from peak to peak over the course of 5,200 years. As the level of magic grows... Oh, Harlequin. Do you remember Harlequin from the Mega Drive version of Shadowrun? We met him in the end there too. Hans, dear, I love you, but you could babble on forever, and I believe time is of the essence. The painted elf addresses you. Caprice, is it? Delighted. The bug you fought was not merely a magical awakened animal like a wyvern or a hydra or anything else in the sixth world. In fact, it isn't from this world at all. It's the physical embodiment of an insect spirit from another plane of existence. I imagine that moving from one plane of existence to another isn't easy. Correct. Perhaps thus German, der German, can tell you all about it at length someday. He's got plenty of time to chit-chat. Now, an insect spirit can simply thump a ride through astral space and show up on Earth late for dinner. Dinner in this case being us. Two elements are required to bring one across the void, a shaman and a host. First, the spirit calls upon a shaman, often in dreams. The spirit seduces the shaman with promises of great power. The shaman then accepts the spirit as his totem. Next, the insect spirit requires a suitable host. The best candidates are the disaffected and the disenfranchised, in short, the weak-willed. Their minds are the most susceptible to suggestion, which is helpful in making the transformation. As you may imagine, these are the sort of people easily attracted to a cult, such as the Universal Brotherhood. Finally, by performing what has to be a truly disgusting ritual, the shaman serving the insect totem implants the spirit... Finally, by performing what has to be a truly disgusting ritual, the shaman serving the insect totem implants the spirit into the host, willingly or not. Ah, okay, I get it. Then it's feeding time. Harlequin is correct. This insect spirit will then slowly consume its host while transforming it into the spirit's own insectoid body, thus manifesting itself fully on this plane. What's this have to do with a great dragon and an elf who likes cosmetics? Funny kid, but it's no laughing matter. This is bigger than hunting down an insect shaming or putting a few 9mm rounds into a bug. The initial bugs prepare a nest for the summoning of a queen. Once a nest has its queen, she literally explodes with newly manifested insect spirits. They swarm out of the nest, feasting on all the flesh they can find and implanting more insect spirits into the fresh corpses, again and again and again. Pretty much like the Borg, eh? The room falls silent as they all consider the scenario. Faces grim. Telestrian breaks the silence. This is not an infestation, Caprice, it's an invasion. My lord Nofir knew this day would come, but he did not know precisely when or where. Your rescue of Mr. Telestrian's daughter has exposed the existence of an insect spirit for the first time in this cycle of the world. Then why don't you just fire a cruise missile at the Brotherhood and call it a day? You have engaged the enemy, you know why. The insect spirit is only a resident in the transformed host's body. Conventional weapons can hurt the body and expose the spirit, but the spirit itself exists on two planes. It cannot be destroyed by mundane means, hence Project Aegis. Herr Telestrian's biotechnology and agricultural divisions worked with my lord Lothir's thaumaturgical engineers and designed Project Aegis to destroy an insect spirit once it released from its host. The formula, a fluorescending astral bacteria strain, exists in the physical and astral plane at once and can thus affect the insect spirit. Oh, sounds like a plan. Now that was a mouthful. Did you memorize it or are you reading it off of index cards? My director of R&D, Diane Ravenwood, will explain how Project Aegis will be used in the field. Dr. Ravenwood? Our weapons specialists have rapidly prototyped a delivery device for the first sending Bacteria strain. They've created some prototype launchers which fire Aegis-filled shells. When fired, the shells will discharge a high-velocity stream of the bacteria. In order to destroy one of the bugs, it must be fired. It must first be damaged using conventional weapons or magic until the spirit is released from the host body. Then the insect spirit must be shot with the Project Aegis prototype launcher to destroy it. So in order to stop an invasion of insects from another dimension, a dragon and an elf co-created a magical insecticide. Crudely put, but accurate. We must stop the Universal Brotherhood from summoning a queen, and we must stop them immediately. You are the only one who has been inside a facility and the only one who has personally fought these creatures before. That, along with your highly effective assault upon my property, indicates that you are the ideal person to lead the attack. What makes you think this Project Aegis will actually work? Because it has to. Well, that's reassuring. Come on, kid, when fate taps you on the shoulder, you've got to pay attention. Unfortunately, she has the nasty habit of tapping you on the opposite shoulder, so that when you turn around, she's on the other side giggling like a deranged schoolgirl. I hate that. Enough. Are you willing to undergo this mission, Caprice? I'm professional, and professionals get paid for their work. I assume that serving all mankind involves compensation. Yeah, I hope we can wring some money out of him. Of course. Here's my proposal. If you prevent the queen from being summoned and destroy the insects, in the next 1 million Nuyen will be divided by the surviving team members. Come on, Mr. Telestrian, stretch those philanthropic muscles of yours and toss a little more money into the shadows. How much is this plane of existence worth to you? Don't overplay your hand, ma'am. You could still be arrested for the attack on my office, and, if my sources are correct, the unjustifiable but illegal death of Dr. Holmes. The justifiable but illegal death of Mr. Holmes. Alternatively, I could simply eliminate you and find one of the mercenaries you hired to play your part. Okay, so apparently if I had the corporate etiquette, I could have gotten another 500,000 out of it, but 1 million is fine. I graciously accept your offer. Excellent. That was a turn of 180 degrees, if I ever saw one. He claps his hand as if seeing the circus for the first time. I love the way that the short-lived are willing to die even faster. It's very inspirational. Brackhaus raises his hand and Harlequin's clapping instantly stops. There is one final note, a warning if you will. You have seen the danger the insects represent, but you have not witnessed the shaman's power. The shaman must tap into a powerful source of magic in order to summon a queen. We do not know what ability that power source will grant. Beware of the insects, but do not underestimate the shaman. Hey, don't scare the kid, Hansel. We still need her to go on the mission. By the by, I'm coming with you, Caprice. I wouldn't mind seeing these creatures for myself. I missed them last time. Wait, last time? Like 5,200 years ago? Telestrian will bankroll you so you can hire the rest of them. Find me when you're ready to go and I'll bug right out of there. And we'll bug right out of there. Of here, actually. He sighs. Yes, speak with Harlequin when you're ready to depart. If you wish to acquire additional supplies for your mission, find my assistant Quoth. He is highly resourceful. And 8 more karma points. Amazing. Okay, how about we take a break and continue the next one? Sounds like a plan, doesn't it? So, thank you very much for watching and see you soon.